Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I am your host, Angelina Wilson. And this is the case of Carol Doherty, age 9, from Bristol, Pennsylvania. Which is in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. It's an unsolved homicide. They are using, again, genetic genealogy to try and identify the killer. Goodness gracious, testing and research could take up to a year. A sports radio host in the area has made a podcast about her case. But they got grants and they got some private credit from Othram, and they're going to do it. In the 60s, the FBI did some tests on the hair. I'm not sure what tests they did in the 60s. And they were retested in the 90s. They decided to reopen it because in the 90s because the newspaper, the Bucks County Courier-Times, had done a 6-part series on the case. They're worried about the degradation of the sample, which consists of a man's pubic hair, which you should never find on a 9-year-old little girl. She was found murdered by her father when her parents went out looking for her, and he found her bicycle parked by the church. He went in and she was dead. There are 2 potential suspects. A man named Sabatish, Father Sabatish, who was a predator priest, they called him. in the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office. After a grand jury investigation of priests in the Philadelphia diocese. Then a man named Schrader also could not account for his whereabouts. He had done prison time in Louisiana in the 70s for killing a teenager in arson, and also had been accused of molesting little girls. He invoked his Fifth Amendment right to the grand jury. Both suspects are deceased. Her father even confronted the priest during confessions, but wasn't able to get anything. And this is what her sister, Kay Talanka, had to say about the genetic genealogy and all of that. Maybe today's science can answer the question. I know my parents are at peace because they've since closed their eyes and aren't here anymore, but I would like to know, and my family would like to know. She was indecently assaulted and murdered in Bristol, Pennsylvania, October 22nd, 1962. Oh, I should have ended the quote with my family would like to know. Sorry about that. Police believe that the murder occurred around 3:35 p.m. Okay. The other two suspects, Frank Zucchero, a drunk handyman who initially confessed but was later deemed not credible. Wayne Roach, a 19-year-old whose parents reported finding Carol's name written in his notebook. Joseph Sabatish, the priest, who gave a false alibi. William Schrader, So, last year's DNA was sent off, and I will keep you updated as to the results of that. It's one of the oldest cases, unsolved cases in Bucks County. DA Jennifer Shorn said, "We're optimistic, and I really have to give credit to PSP, Pennsylvania State Police, for reviewing this case and keeping it alive." There are no phone numbers for this case. I guess they're not really looking for the public's help at this point. It's just a waiting game. So, I don't know much about the suspects, but the priest lied about his alibi. Priests aren't supposed to do that. I think he's a very viable suspect. We will find out sometime this year. I don't know if it's actually been a year. but we will find out. I have no doubt that Othram will be able to get the DNA they need from that sample. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you Wednesday. Bye, guys.